What up, satellites? Welcome. It's another freaking video. So, if you've been struggling with sluttiness, what do they call it? All types of things in relation to that. You know, this could be a reading for you. We're here to heal that slut nature inside of you. No, I'm just kidding. But that might be relevant to the reading. You know, maybe you've been working on that. You know, maybe you've been a little bit too much in your desires, indulging to everything. You just don't know when to say no. You know what I mean? And that dog right there, he stood up for confirmation. He knew straight away. You know what I mean? He's staring at your soul right now. He said, "Yeah, you in the back. Anybody in the back? You know, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You gotta watch yourself, not get too much into the desire, but still maintain that curiosity. You know, like the dog is curious right here. He wants to know what's going on. So, I want to pull a card. Normally I don't pull cards for you guys, but I decided today we'll pull some cards. So, we got what is that? Mia, faith. Alright, so having faith and belief in yourself, alright, to be able to overcome these desires that you keep getting pulled under by, you know? Because I see you guys definitely. This card actually initially came out in reverse, but I feel like you guys are kind of in a place where you're being tested of your faith and your ability to be able to persevere, you know what I mean, past all those desires, past all those energies. It might not even have to do with anything to do with sex. It's just about being able to kind of tame your energies and not fall victim to your desires. So let's say it could even involve overeating, you know, it could involve overwatching like your favorite show like 1,000 fucking times and you've already seen that 10, 20 million times, you know what I mean? So having faith that you can actually overcome that. Like, bitches in this collective, you know, excuse my language, but you guys definitely don't have enough faith in yourself, okay? And what kind of energies might you need to watch out for as well? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I'm seeing yellow, right? I'm like also seeing like a rabbit as well. We got integrity here, all right? So, integrity, I can't even remember what integrity means, but all I know is this looks like a community right here. This is like, um, what the fuck even is integrity, girl? Because if you think about the first part of the word, right? We're integrating something. We're bringing two different things or multiple parts together in order to integrate them into one whole. So that's something to do with integrity. Whether that's accurate or not, it's got to be, you know, because I'm the one doing the reading, bitch. So for you guys might need to watch out for like things that try to take you apart or try to compromise the integrity of what you're doing, aka try to separate you from your goal, from this, from that, you know, trying to like pull things apart so that they're no longer working as a whole unit, right? And then that goes back to the yellow too. Yellow is about expression, it's about identity. All right, so yous might need to watch out for not only like a sense of ego, all right, but how you're expressing yourself, how you're acting out in the world, and also, you know, like that integrity energy again, trying not to let that ego or that expression or that identity that you've created that's beneficial for your current travels right now, try not to let that be compromised integrity wise, you know, like all kinds of shit to do with that. So like this collective might struggle like a bit with like their own confidence, their own doubt, um stuff like that, and even like validation, you know, so you might need to find a way to validate yourself because that's compromising your integrity when you're having to look externally and try and gain validation externally. Like that's what happens when that's how we end up creating narcissistic type of people. So you don't want to end up creating yourself into a narcissist, baby girl. So we got this card here as well, privacy, the platypus card. All right, so privacy, right? Again, back to that energy of kind of maintaining and controlling your desires. So to me, what I interpret this as is like kind of being private and separating yourself from what needs to be separated from. Taking a time out. It's like a hermit mode type of energy. So taking time out from certain energies, because I feel like with this collective, you guys have been overindulging in something for a long time. So you're constantly trying to feed on energies that you know are outdated, that aren't actually benefiting you anymore, and might actually be holding you back, you know? So for me, I jumped on TikTok live earlier. You know, I didn't find that like fun at all. I was like, bitch, I need to get the fuck off here and I need to jump on YouTube. So, you know, for me, that was a way of me kind of separating from something that was needed to be separated from at the time in order to experience and branch out into a new area, you know. So for you guys, I'm getting a lot of the similar energy lately. So it might be a similar group of people that have been watching me. But for you guys might need to work on that energy of just separation in general, learning how to separate, learning how to let go, learning how to clear thoughts, learning how to clear your space, all right? Learning how to clear in many different ways. So you might even be looking at friendships and like figuring out like who's right for you, what works for you, what is actually holding you back, all types of stuff to do with that. So you're really delving into the realm of kind of transformation, death, separation, right? You know, welcome to the death realm, bitch. I'm here to show you the way. Okay, so that makes sense on why I've been getting these readings too, because you know I attract people who tend to be in a form of transition, in a form of transformation. You know, so you guys might even feel like at a certain point that you're dying because you're so attached to this old version of yourself, you're so attached to this old perspective, this old ego, this old identity, that now you're feeling like, what would I be without this, you know? But this reading here is kind of a message to show you, well, actually, there's so much more that you can be. And if anything, being how you are now is actually limiting you. So it's not really what would I be without this, it's what wouldn't I be if I didn't let go of this. Like that's the kind of energy that I'm getting for you guys. So let's see if we can pull another card, get some more information. So what do we got? We got Tawny Frogmouth. So this card is consideration, right? But it came up reverse, all right? So for something I'm getting from this card is like some of you guys might literally just need to be less considerate. You're overly considerate. You're overly in that consideration energy where you're constantly considering how other people are going to be affected, how your actions are going to affect other people, that you're not actually taking the time to consider yourself. Right, so it's about having consideration for yourself. This card is kind of calling you guys to do more. Having that self-respect, um, just anything in that realm of consideration is something that you guys really could benefit right now. Towards yourself though, not towards other people, because I'm feeling with this card, like, no. You guys have been too considering. You guys have had too much consideration for other people that don't actually necessarily deserve it for this current phase in your guys' life. So, you know, hold back that consideration. You know, you guys might literally need to be a bitch. Like I've been getting like clients and stuff like that where I've had to talk about those kind of concepts and introducing people to kind of embracing their bitch era, right? You know, jumping into your villain era. And it's not about being a bad person. It's about having self-respect, you know. And when you have that self-respect, a lot of the time people who want you to disrespect yourself, they'll think you're a bitch. But actually, so like in a world where there's a whole bunch of people who are toxic or crazy, of course you're going to look freaking crazy for doing something that's actually more normal and more healthy, you know. So the message here today is be a bitch, all right? It's a be a bitch. Like nobody fucking told you to be all fucking nice and shit. Like get in that bitch energy, bitch. Welcome to your villain era. So we have Alora forgiveness as well, all right? Forgiveness. Okay, so this is about, for me, what I'm picking up with this is more about forgiving yourself rather than forgiving others. Because like I said before, you guys have been too much in that consideration. So it's not about you having to forgive other people, because if anything, you have plenty of forgiveness for other people. It's about you and yourself. You need to forgive yourself for certain things you've done. maybe for not respecting yourself and putting up boundaries at an earlier date. But whatever it may be, you need to jump into more of that forgiveness energy and allow yourself to be free by forgiving yourself from all those trespasses that you did for yourself in the past, love. So yeah, a big thing for you guys is something to do with eating. All right, so being mindful of the eating, right? Because I see some of you guys a lot, like you guys might be overeating or under eating. Just bring things to a balanced ground, because I see you guys just kind of jumping from one end to another and being very chaotic. And you guys need to come back to a center path and really kind of center your energy so that you're not tilting too far to one side or the other for this collective. So I'm gonna leave it at that, because I think that's a like real nice, short, cute message for everybody. And I'll see you guys for the next video. All right, bye.